welcome to Unscripted. I'm here with Catherine Zeta-Jones, and we are going to interview each other with your questions and some of our own. And I'll start with the first question. Here it goes. Okay, it comes from Mace from Portland, Oregon, and he says, what is it about the chemistry between you and me that's so entertaining for audiences?
That's a nice thing. It's nice to hear. Well, we were talking about this earlier.
That's right.
We never rehearsed that, did we?
No. It's, I think, it's a question for you, but I will answer a little bit of it. I think we cannot intellectualize that, actually.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will become kind of self-conscious. So
yeah.
The best thing to do is just nothing.
When I first met Antonio, remember that it was my screen test. I was so nervous, and
you didn't look nervous.
Oh, come on! You didn't see my knees
you were
knocking.
Full of expectations.
Well, what was I going to do? This was a chance for me. I wanted to enjoy it, even though it was nerve-wracking. And when Monty Campbell, the director, put us on camera, remember, like he did the other actresses who were screen testing, something happened. Whether it was just our sense of humor or I don't know, some kind of like lightning struck, and we just got on, and then we danced, and it was.
And we were all lucky that you got into American movies mainstreams, actually.
Yeah, it was an important
day,
film for me. Very important.
Zorro gain and audiences gain.
Oh.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay. All right. This is from Caroline Lefberg from Austin, Texas. Did being a father in real life, Antonio, give you a new perspective on playing Alejandro again?
The thing that struck me the most was the fact that sometimes in my own profession I have to spend a lot of time out of my house. That is something also that happens in the movie. The kid in our kid in the movie is complaining all the time that he doesn't spend so much time with his father. What's my father doing? Where's he going away? Where?
I think a lot of parents and children can connect with that.
Yeah, not only in our profession. Sometimes I just being very endogamic and think that it was only in our profession, but it's not true. There are a lot of people that they spend very little time with their kids just because of that, because of their professional lives is very hard. So yes, the answer is yes. There was some connection between these two things. You know. Okay, I'm gonna go for another one. All right, so I'm gonna ask you something. Let's go to the fantasy world for a second, okay? And imagine that Zorro exists, for real. Would you marry a guy like Zorro?
Look at the smile in his face. Go on, answer that one, honey.
Go for it.
Well, if it's anything like my marriage to my fantasy Zorro, my on-screen Zorro, he's in the second movie he's forgetting his priorities, you know. Would I want to know? You go see. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Would I marry Zorro? Well, I think, you know what, I probably would, because he represents good morals. He stands firm in what he believes in. He's passionate about what he believes in. He works and fights for the people, with the people, and I think he's a humanitarian. And I think those are all the qualities that I found in my own husband when I married him. So I guess.
But what about the
outfit?
Would
have to go.
No, the outfit. No, the outfit is pretty cool. But what about the dangers? Would you marry a guy that you know that every time that he goes to work, he cannot, and the possibility that he doesn't come back exists? What would you do with that?
Well, I know this. I mean, this happens all the time. We're at war right now. You know, there's so many women, families, who have that very thing happens. You know, they go away.
It's true.
Will they ever be coming back? They're fighting for the people. You know. It's true. So I guess I would. With all those qualities, I would.
Good answer. I am satisfied.
So here we go. Stacy Diaz from Gainesville, Florida. What was it like to step back into the shoes of the legendary Zorro?
Well, it was the recognition.
Can I just stop you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Boots. Zorro doesn't wear shoes. He wears boots.
Thank you.
Boots.
The recognition, first of all, of the fact that I am 7 years older. And the play action, it was quite more difficult than the first one. But then I discovered that the character still has, like in the first one, the possibility of being imperfect, of going to places where Zorro supposedly is not going, you know, like drunkenness, for example, jealousy, and dragging himself like a goofy character sometimes, which I love. I love because I think that is what makes the character human.
I know that when you're on set, when you have those scenes to play, you just, you're squeezing and stretching and finding all those different nuances.
Stretching the character as much as you can. I mean, just taking him totally out of the parameters of what Zorro is supposed to be is actually what I enjoy the most in the movie. And I recognize that was on the script that we received, especially when in page 12 or 13 you asked me for divorce. Then I thought, this is comedy time. We used it like that, in a way. Okay.
Good stuff.
Antonio to Catherine, from Denise, Legend Decker, from Kerrville, Texas. Who's your favorite leading man of all time? You don't have to say me.
My husband, Michael Douglas.
Here you go. Good answer.
Here we go.
Good answer.
Unscripted from me. So, when I think of you, you are multi-talented and a multifaceted career. You've done everything as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I'm just so proud of you. But in years and years to come, what would you think when you look back and reflect is the thing that will define the life of Antonio Banderas? Not talking family, because we all know that's the most important thing, but in a career.
I think I have become, if America gave me something, it was eclecticism. In my career in Spain, I got a lot of fun working with Pedro Almodovar, 5 movies that we did together in the decade of the 80s. But America gave me the possibility of doing movies, horror movies like Interview with a Vampire, musicals like Evita, social movies like Philadelphia, movie for kids. I went to Broadway. I directed my first movie. I did action, adventure. I did independent movies, political movies. I've done practically everything. But what I would remember in the overall is to think probably my best production is my own life, understanding it like an adventure, and taking it always with a smile, a little bit of sense of irony, and that would be it. And then the curtain in this beautiful theater of life will go down, and would like to be remembered with a smile on the face of the people who think of me.
They will.
Okay. From Angie Ottinger from Murrieta, California. If you could act in another big screen musical, what part would you love to play? That's not an easy one.
It's not an easy one because, you know, there's not a lot of movies with musical movies being made right now, originals. So you would have to repeat or reprise.
Yeah, you're going to have to be a revival.
A revival.
Right.
And you're always compared, you know, and people have their favorites, and you're always compared to, I was compared to, you know, Cheetah and everybody when I did Chicago. That's normal. So if I were to be the first person to do a musical that's already been done, but it was the first time, I think it would be, I'd have to be a little older. It would be Mama Rose and Gypsy.
Oh, wow. That's a big one. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I would like to have, you know, to do that as my own. The first person to ever have played Mama Rose.
That's one of the best musicals ever written.
Yeah, it's great.
You're totally right.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
You see how bad I am at this? I feel like, you know, I could never read the news or anything like that. I mean, people wouldn't know what's going on in the world. Okay, this is the last one. The 3 things I love about movies are ...
3 things: the possibility of being somebody else, the ritual that plays on the set, that goes from action to cut, the kind of bubble that belongs only to you and the people that is working with you on the set, and the possibility of communicating with incredible amount of people around the world. Those are the three that comes to my mind right now. I mean, there may be more, but those three. Okay, last one for Catherine. Finish this sentence. It says, the three things I love about movies are.
I think I love the family camaraderie. I think we're all gypsies at heart, and there's something about showbiz people and film folk that I feel so inherently connected to as my family. I love the joy, like you said, of becoming someone else, make-believing, living in my own fantasy world. And I love that at the end of the day, it's on celluloid forever and it can never go away.
It's like Dracula,
Good
right?
or bad.
We will live forever.
And I really, really mean this. Good or bad,
right.
it's there forever.
It's true.
I kind of love that.
Yeah, it's true. I would add that to my 3-1, so I will give you 4. It's
Okay.
true. This is it, no? Thank you. Moviefone, thank you for watching and sending your questions. And we have to say now goodbye. See you on the internet.
Bye-bye. See you online.
See you in the movies.
See you at the movies.
Yeah. There you go.
Good job.
I got another question for you, but
What is that?
I was going to ask you how you met Michael.
And then I have to say, you! Over a bottle of wine with Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith.
In the
So you're to blame.
once.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.